Sarika, I'm scrolling through social media the other day, and I come across a video of a sprinter. And I love watching these videos because it's like watching a machine that was purpose-built for the sport that they do. And it got me wondering, if you were to meet an elite athlete, could you tell what sport they did just by meeting them?
Ooh, good question. I would think so, right? I mean, if you're an elite athlete, you're training certain muscle groups.
Exactly.
So a sprinter would look very different than, say, a marathon runner.
Or like a pole vaulter. So I figured, let's try. You game?
What are you talking about? Game for what?
Come on in.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Nice to see you guys.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for being here today.
Yeah. Oh, this is very exciting.
They look very skilled already, I can tell.
Yes, we are in the presence of greats.
Okay, the producers brought in 6 different athletes, and we're going to have to guess which sports they specialize in. There are 10 sports to choose from, so 4 of those sports are decoys.
Okay, we got to be really strategic about what we ask.
Okay.
We got to be on the same
wavelength.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Nice to meet you, man. What's your name?
I'm Niles.
Niles. Nice to meet you. I'm Anthony.
Nice to meet you guys.
I'm Sarika.
Nice to meet you guys.
Okay, so the first thing, I mean, I'm all down to business right now.
Love it.
He is tall.
Yeah. My gut says football.
I think he's a sprinter.
Here, hold this. I'm gonna give you a reflex test. Well, it's hot in here, it was stuck to my finger. I think
Not convincing. I say sprinter.
I can do a jump. That works.
Yeah, okay, let's see jump.
Yeah. Vertical. That was pretty good vertical.
Wow.
That's higher than I can jump.
Wow, that is impressive.
Sarika, I feel confident in saying football.
I feel confident in saying sprinting. Okay.
Grab it. Grab the sprinting one.
Okay. There you go.
All right. Thank you, Niles.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. Hello, Mary. Nice to meet you.
Okay, here's my question. After you go to the gym, what muscle is the most sore? I don't get sore. You don't get sore. Okay, so.
So that's all over fitness. I'm thinking competitive dance, badminton, and gymnastics. So what would help me sort between all 3 of them is if she tried like a high kick. Highest kick you can muster. Okay, so that told me a lot. That's not curling, that's not badminton.
Okay.
There was flexibility and skill there.
There was grace. Did you see?
There was grace.
Arms out to the side, and then a perfectly straight kick. That was kind of a martial artist pose, right?
Yeah, jujitsu
Maybe
kind of stuff.
gymnast? Oh, like this kick.
Okay, so she might be the martial artist. Oh, man.
Okay,
I know the
this is
producer likes to
really
mess with us, too.
Tricky. Do you think gymnastics?
No, I think martial artist because that kick looked like it had purpose, like right at my face. Congratulations on your award.
Hey,
Thank you so much, Mary.
Yeah, put it in the right way.
It's my first time awarding people. Brad, come on up.
This is getting harder, not easier.
Yeah. Okay, my guess is pole vaulter right now.
Just hot off the bat, that's what you
Well, I
are
think you need to
thinking.
be relatively tall, but then I also know you need to be able to do pull-ups. Like a lot of that comes from you pulling yourself up off of the pole. So how many pull-ups do you think you could do straight?
About 15 to 20.
Okay.
What's normal?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I asked that question.
Okay. How good is your vision?
It's not very good.
Okay, he's not a baseball player.
I'm wearing,
Okay, yeah.
I'm wearing contacts.
Do you know what a V-up is?
Oh my gosh, I am
And so
sorry.
the arms and legs straight up, and you're gonna try to, as fast as you can, you're gonna try to get them to touch like in the middle. So like, kind of
Okay.
slap my hands and kick my hands. Okay, yeah, good. All right, okay. So thank you. For me, pole vaulters, they've got to have like explosive strength for that. So I don't think he's a pole vaulter anymore. Maybe hammer throw.
Hammer throw?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go with hammer throw.
I mean, if nothing else, they're all expert poker players because your faces are giving away nothing. I'm
And they're
getting
all
nothing from-
amazing sports, so
That's
you
true.
know.
Shrina.
Rina.
yeah,
All
Shrina,
right.
Okay, Shrina.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Not so good. This is really hard, actually, Shrina.
I think
This
we're
is-
gonna be 0-4.
Yeah, we might be 0 out of 6. So,
Do you think you could beat the average person in an arm wrestling competition?
I don't know. Should we try? No.
yes.
Definitely not.
Yes.
I would lose.
What?
I do have good upper strength.
Jump as high as you can. Okay.
Okay. No, I do not think she's a competitive dancer.
Okay, yeah, she
I
might
think
be.
she is. Why do I think everybody's a sprinter? How much of your week is spent in the gym training?
About 4 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. You said you've got good upper body strength.
Oh my gosh.
Pole vaults then, I guess? I don't know.
Let's do pole vault.
Yeah.
I think that's our best guess.
Always go with your best guess.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, congratulations.
Thank you,
Thank you
Sharina.
very much. This is so humiliating how little I know about this.
I know. This is way harder than I thought it
This
would
is so hard. Apologies in advance.
That's okay.
Okay. Well, shoot, what's left? Would you be able to squat down as low as you can go?
Okay.
Yeah.
be. Yeah, that's a sprinter. We're gonna need to reassign this to sprinter. I'm pretty
What
confident
about
it's a
that
sprinter.
gave you information on her being a sprinter?
Well, she went down slowly and came back up slowly, and so like there was muscular control the whole time. So I think she might be our sprinter.
Yeah, I don't think she's one of the ones up here. Which one is the most likely?
I don't know. Curling. Let's
Yeah,
do
I
curling
think
as a place.
curling,
I
I
don't
would
think we have
say.
any other curlers.
We will give this to you. So congratulations on
Made
your
the Canadian
curling
team.
Thank you.
It's pretty exciting.
medal.
Okay, last but not least.
No, we need to think of some. Let's at least get Nathan. I think baseball, or maybe even football.
Football is plausible. Can you do a pitch as though you were on the pitcher's mound of a baseball diamond?
Move the rug out of the way.
Out of the way there. Okay. Yeah, no, that's not a baseball player pitch.
Okay,
He is
so-
an athlete, but that was not a baseball pitch.
So he's not a baseball player.
We'll go with football, but this guy's, I don't know why, I just assumed gymnast.
Anthony, we've learned nothing right now. I mean, like, if anything, I feel like we've gotten worse at
Yeah,
guessing.
we are. I guess we have our original question answered. Like, can you guess the sport of an elite athlete just by meeting them? I'm not optimistic. but
Congratulations. Way to
Thank
go.
you.
Before we do the reveal, you can do swaps if you want to. Just like maybe a couple.
Can you hold that? I'm gonna.
I don't feel
forward
great
that to
about
you.
this.
Thank you. Sorry
I feel
about
like
that.
he's a sprinter too. She's definitely a sprinter, but
So then, if she's definitely and
I
he's
know,
maybe,
but-
then we've got a. Do you like what we have here so far? Or
I don't like any of it. I want everyone to be a sprinter. I feel like all of these people are sprinters. Oh my- okay, well, if we switch him to curling, we got to switch him to something else because he's
Yeah,
not a curler.
I agree. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Yeah, I think it's football. Borrow this. I hope you enjoy curling, sir. There you go.
I don't feel like he's a curler, though.
I mean, you're calling this one.
Let's
I made
leave
two
it.
switches.
Let's
yeah,
leave
you want to
it.
leave it?
Yeah, I'll leave
okay.
it.
All right, round of applause for you, Sarika, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Athletes, please reveal your sports.
Nobody move. Nobody move. Everybody's
Oh my
moving.
gosh.
Okay.
This is-
All right. So we got two right. Two right.
Okay.
Baseball.
I knew she
what?
was-
Come on. Curling? What?
that's
Why are you so
terrible.
ripped?
Anthony and Sarika, how do you feel about how you did?
Bad.
I am so happy that we got two of them right. I mean, it could have been zero.
Yeah, and I am much more of a glass half empty sort of
You
fella.
really
I'm
are.
kinda disappointed. Come on up, Nathan. Tell me where I went so wrong. You play
I
baseball?
play baseball, yeah. Well, you asked me to throw a baseball like I was
Yeah.
pitching, but I'm not a pitcher.
Yeah, no, that's not a baseball player pitch.
What position do you play?
Third base. I haven't
base.
pitched since I was a kid.
So, what's the common misconception people might have about baseball?
People definitely underestimate how like physically taxing it is on your body, and like you have to go in 100% with everything you do.
Okay.
And that's another thing about the training is it's all like one directional. So my
Right.
one side is a lot stronger than my other. Like,
Really?
muscle imbalances, yeah. Another misconception is how like mentally challenging baseball can be. Like basketball or soccer, like there's the constant action that keeps you engaged. But in baseball, you're out there sitting with your thoughts, and it's hard to stay positive when you strike out 3 times in a row.
So
We
this is
actually got this right,
one of the
right?
only two
You
we got
did.
right, which is pretty good.
You.
I am a 400-meter sprinter, so I'm your longest distance that's considered a sprint still.
Are there some muscles that you work out that people would be surprised that you have to work out to be good at sprinting?
Ooh, that's a great question. I have quite a strong core because in the 400, when you get tired, you can have a lot of crossbody action, and then that's working against you. So having a strong core to stabilize you is important. And then, yeah, still having a bit of upper body to hold you in the starting block position.
And when you're actually running, how much does your arm play into that movement?
I think a fair bit. You know, you use it as counterbalance and extra momentum. But I got into running after losing my arm, so it's all I've ever known, which I think is helpful because this is my normal. Because I'm a sprinter and how many days a week I run, I think a lot of people would look at me and assume that I could run a half marathon or a marathon, but I would not be able to.
Really?
Yeah, I could max run a 10K, and that's rare as a sprinter.
All right.
Hi.
Okay, hi.
I think we
Not
said
a
she was a pole vaulter, which I'm honestly a little embarrassed about now.
Well, the reason we said pole vault is because she had a lot of upper body
That's
strength.
true.
Upper body strength is something that dancers have, and I'm a Garba dancer. It's a cultural dance, but it's become a competition here in Western Canada, and I act as a base. So I will lift and hoist girls up and carry them, and we'll flip them, and we catch them when they come back down. So I use a lot of my upper strength to lift and hold and catch.
What does it take to train your way up to throwing somebody in the air and then catching them without anybody getting hurt?
When I'm solo working out, I'm really focused on building strength, but what's happening in my mind is I'm doing this squat so I can lift, like Neelam. You want to know that you have each other's back.
What do you think the biggest misconception people have about competitive dance is?
That dance isn't a sport, but the way that dancers have to train, there's so much strength training involved, there's so much team building involved, and I think those are all components of sports.
What are the things that people most often get wrong about what a football player looks like?
I think it's just that, like, we come in all different shapes and sizes, and you have to know the position to know, like, the size range. For linebackers, we're in between two worlds in football. You got, like, the D-line, the O-line, they're all, like, 6'5", 300 pounds. And then in the back end, we have our skill guys who are, maybe $190, 200, and I'm 240. So I'd be able to be light and fast, and all that comes from reflexes.
Is there anything that might surprise people about what it takes to be a linebacker?
I would say, I guess, the intellect part of the game. A lot of people have the misconception that, it's all about, strength and, enforcer type mentality, which we do have, but there's a lot of thinking going on. Coach will always say, see the entire picture in front of you. And so be able to make the right read after looking at all of this takes skill, takes work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So would you say that the mental part of the game is just as important as the physical?
No, it is. It's almost more important. You got to think fast and play fast. Strength is like third.
This one,
This hurts.
I
This
feel
one hurt.
badly about because she put it all out there.
She got me with the kick.
I am a competitive gymnast. I started at the age of 40. I am now
Really?
61.
Wow.
Now, that is inspiring. Why did I think in my head that this is a sport, especially being a gymnast, you have to get in when you're young?
That would be the big misconception, yes.
So were you doing sports before being a gymnast?
No. I think gymnastics, if you start it, it gives you the best body awareness for any sport.
So what is the key to competing at such a high level at an older age?
Mental ability, willing to accept that just because you're older doesn't mean you can't do it. You may have to train differently. It may take you a lot longer to learn a new skill, but you can still do it. You just find the right coach and they will push you to your limits, and it's awesome.
I said explicitly this guy could not be a curler. He's a confirmed curler. He's not just lying. I think he might be lying.
So if you were to line up your team, would you all have different shapes and sizes?
Typically, yeah, you'll see the front end, so the guys that are sweeping more, they'll be younger just because it's a more physically demanding position, and they'll typically be taller and a bit heavier and bigger. Because the heavier you are, the more pressure you can put down onto the ice, and then the more you can affect the rock. And then you'll see at the back end, they'll be a little bit older because it's just to throw those pressure shots.
Experience?
Experience, yeah, like you want to be smooth and relaxed. So you'll typically see the older guys at the back end.
How old are you talking?
Like late 30s, early 40s is typically considered prime for a skip.
Really?
There's still time.
Okay, yeah, so I could be a skip then, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
That was awesome, dude.
Man, and thank all of you. What a great learning
You guys
experience this has been.
Have been absolutely fantastic. We really appreciate you. So a round of applause for our athletes and guys. All right.
You know, I thought that we were going to walk in here today and be able to look at each athlete and be able to determine which sport they play. I was not expecting it to be so hard.
There's just so much variability within any given sport, but also you can learn any one of these skills at any age. So give it a try. And thanks for watching.
You always love showing
Just
this.
a squat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta humiliate myself, but a bow pose. Yeah.
My bones
So
exploded when I did
I am
pistol
doing
squat.
this, and then you're, okay.
That's pretty
it.
impressive.
Yeah,
the athletes are,
Thank you.
Way to
Thank
go.
you. Oh, humiliating.